Take it slow, but it's not typical.
So first off, what do you know about astrology and your sign?
I guess I know like some things about astrology because I read the Cosmos Snapchat every day, so I like check for my sign and stuff, and I guess I want to know stuff about it, but I really don't know that much. Virgos, I know from what I've read, we're very stubborn, cold-hearted people, which I don't understand, but is an actual characteristic apparently.
So are you openly emotional and sensitive in front of people, or more so just when you're, you know, on your own?
I would say I'm very closed off. I don't really like to share that I'm upset if I am. That's mainly just like my feelings deep down. I bury them. So nobody really knows if I'm actually upset or not.
But at the end of the day, like, you are very much affected by
yes,
outside influences.
100%.
Okay. So how outgoing and energetic do you consider yourself?
My friends would say on a scale of 1 to 10, an 11. But I guess to like the average person, I'm a little shy when you first meet me. But I would say I'm very outgoing once you get to know me and I'm like your friend. There's nothing I want to do more than like hang out with people and go out and do things with people. So
when you're around your close friends, do you consider yourself very outgoing? And
extremely.
Or not even close.
Almost to a fault, if you ask me.
And when you first meet people, you're not quite
shy and closed off because I'm not sure how I want to be perceived by them.
So go into a little bit of detail about your work ethic and beyond that, your dream job.
Oh, I take work very seriously. Extremely. I make sure everything's done, if not ahead of time. Every task.
Does it sometimes induce anxiety in you?
Yes.
Or are you very laid back?
No. I'm anxiety-stricken about being on time to the job, what I will do at the job, once the job is over, what I'm doing the next day. It never stops.
So, would you say that, you know, the leisurely activities are less important to you than work, or are equally? Which ones really consume your thoughts?
I would say they're equally important because I have to relax. I'll give myself hives, to be honest, if I don't. Like really, I'm a very high-strung person.
And as for your dream career, what would you say that would be?
I would probably say I'm looking for an internship in social media, obviously because that's my passion. I love Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of it. So I would say anything that would intertwine with social media and writing.
So off the top of your head, pick one word that best describes you.
Imaginative. And I would pick that word because I love writing. I could think of a story at the top of my head and create characters in like 10 minutes.
So now I want you to think of one word that best describes what you thought of Kelly when you first met her.
Alright. I thought she was extremely kind when I first met her because she complimented me. And just like when you first meet a person, you're like, I don't know, what if this person doesn't like me? So like when she was like, oh, I like your hair or something, it really actually meant a lot to me and I felt like I could open up to her more.
What is the most attractive quality in a potential love interest?
That's a tough one. I would say stability because I want to know like where I'm going in life, so he needs to know where he's going. Like where he's gonna work, what he wants like ultimately move to.
So if you had to pick one or the other, are you more of a fan of the arts or math and science and that sort of department?
Well, I would say the arts, hands down. I love movies. I do. Love movies, television. I'm obsessed with reality TV. Ask anyone, they know.
In terms of schoolwork, what were like your favorite classes?
Anything where writing was involved. So any English class I've ever had.
So overall, about your life, especially, you know, since we're at the end of college now, are you more of a realistic, down-to-earth person in terms of your goals and your future, or are you more of a dreamer, you know?
100% realistic. I've always been raised to be that way, so I don't know anything different.
So what are some of your favorite hobbies and stuff to do for fun and in your free time?
Favorite hobbies, you said, right? I would say I love writing, I love taking pictures. I am obsessed with going to the gym. I'm there every single day, and if I don't go, I feel like I did something wrong. It's the perfectionist in me, that's what people will say.
And then what's something interesting about you that you feel like not a lot of people know?
I guess the fact that I seem so like easygoing and straightforward on the outside, but on the inside I'm extremely emotional. And I have a lot going on. And I'm very, very stubborn.
Would you prefer to be center stage or in the audience? Or behind the stage? You know?
This is hard because you used like a theater reference, and I used to be a theater person in high school, so this is kind of hard for me to answer. I would say I used to be always center stage. That's what I wanted. Recently, I like being behind the scenes and like handling stuff, like where I'm not always up front. People aren't always staring at you. But I would say maybe I'm like half and half, because I do like the attention. But sometimes when I get the attention, I don't like it. I don't want it.
Okay, that's good. And that's a wrap. That's all I've got for you.
Cut.
Cut!
Take it slow, but it's not too.
So what do you know about astrology and your sign?
Well, I read like stuff online, like on Cafe Astrology and stuff about like my Libra sign, like that I'm a Libra, and then I read like predictions, I guess, for like the daily predictions or monthly predictions, but I haven't really looked into anything deeper than that.
So do you consider yourself an overall sensitive person?
I think like initially maybe the first couple hours or days I might be, but in the long run I just kind of let things roll off my back. So I'm not really like a big emotional person, I guess. I just kind of like take things as they are and move on with life.
So how outgoing and energetic are you for the most part?
I think I'm pretty outgoing once you get to know me. Initially I could be a little shy, I guess, but once people really start to like open up to me, then I open up like 15 times more to them. Like I basically tell people my life story the first time I meet them. And then like energetic, I think I'm pretty energetic because I'm always like happy and try to keep things like leveled, I guess.
Overall, try to honestly describe your work ethic and go into your dream career.
Work ethic. I wish I wasn't like this, but I feel like I can get a little bit lazy at times and like just kind of rush through things to get things done. And like I've had bosses in the past tell me that I'm like really good at what I do, but it's because I'm like rushing through it to get. So I don't always do things like completely efficiently, but I do things really fast. And then dream career. Well, I wish I could marry Justin Bieber or like an athlete or something. But if not, then probably maybe something in like social media, which is what I'm doing now. Mainly something that I could do where I'm at home most of the time, so I can do like stuff on the computer, but I could also focus on like my family and my kids.
Okay, so you're a big like stay at home, you know, Susie Homemaker kind of.
I mean, if I had a choice, I would rather just be a stay-at-home mom and not have to work at all.
Yeah.
But then a part of me is like, but you have like a passion for something, so maybe pursue it.
So is your home environment really, really important to you?
Yeah.
You know, do you like a nice, cozy, comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like decorating and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm a big like interior designer. Like I love to make things look like reflect how I feel about the house, like in the pieces that I choose to decorate it with.
So describe yourself in one word if you had to choose just one off the top of your head.
I would say laid back, because I'm just kind of, and I don't really take like many things to heart. Like I just kind of let everything roll off my back and continue trying to like keep the peace.
Okay, so when you first met Christy, what was your first impression of her?
I would say that she was really funny and outgoing, because she tried to make light of everything no matter what was happening, and always tried to like I don't know, just tried to make you feel like welcome. She tried to like just make everybody feel included and happy that they're there with her.
What's the most attractive quality in a potential romantic partner?
Like physical or?
A little bit of both.
Okay. I would say athletic, definitely, as far as like physical. But as far as personality-wise, somebody that just kind of knows what they want and just goes and gets it without letting all the like bad things that happen to them get to them and not pursue their dreams.
Overall, do you have more of an interest in the arts or the math and science department?
Well, you know what algebra does to me.
Well, you know what algebra does to me. And then just like...
I would definitely say the arts. Like, I'm huge into music more than I am into like science.
Since we're towards the end of college, an appropriate question I feel like would be, are you more of a realistic person in terms of goals and, you know, your plan from here on out, or are you more of a dreamer?
I mean, a part of me wants to be realistic because, you know, I'm going to need to make money for myself and I'm going to have to rely on myself to like advance in my life. But a huge part of me is also a dreamer because I do have goals that are kind of like unrealistic, but I think if I put my mind to it, I could achieve it.
What are some of your favorite hobbies?
Makeup is definitely a huge hobby of mine. I love doing my own makeup, doing other people's makeup, like teaching people how to do their own makeup. I love listening to music, but also a huge like hobby, I guess, is hanging out with friends and like going out and experiencing things.
And what's something interesting about you that not a lot of people would know?
I guess that I tend to be like really reserved and quiet when they first meet me. I'm very like, I get intimidated easily by situations that I'm not comfortable in.
So do you prefer to be center stage or in the audience? Or backstage, you know, but basically how much do you love attention?
Okay, this is like a hard one because I don't like being the center of attention as far as like in a classroom setting or in, like I would never want to be like a performer, but for like the certain people, like my boyfriend or like somebody that I want to pay attention to me, like I want the attention on me, you know? So like I said, I wouldn't want to be out there like everyone looking at me while I'm singing a song, but I would want my boyfriend to like pay attention to me.
So are you somewhat of a people pleaser in large groups, or are you kind of like a lay low, you know, sit in the back kind of person?
That's also hard because I feel like in a way I'm a people pleaser because I like to make other people feel good about themselves, but I also tend to just lay back and like observe people and kind of stay the middle between everyone, pretty much.
Okay, that's that. Cut.
Take it slow, but it's not too.
What do you know about astrology and your sign? It's okay to say nothing.
I don't really know anything.
Do you know what your sign is?
Yeah.
What is it?
Gemini?
So do you consider yourself sensitive?
Not really, no.
How outgoing and energetic are you?
Oh, very, very energetic.
And outgoing?
I mean, kind of. I'm just more or less energetic.
And describe your work ethic and your dream job.
I want to work with special needs kids, whether it be like physical education, big fan of history, so maybe being a history teacher, but wanted to work with special needs kids.
And how's your work ethic? Are you like a super hard worker?
Yeah, I'd rather be hands-on and doing something than sitting at a desk.
Okay. You're not like lazy at all? Or...
No, I'd rather like get up and move and do stuff instead of sit down.
Okay. So pick one word that best describes you.
Say I'm like an enthusiast.
Of what? Everything?
Everything. So, being adventurous, I should say. Adventurous, very adventurous person.
Okay. What was your first impression of Christy when you first met her?
I thought she was a very funny person to be around, very energetic, easy to talk to, had a great personality, and always started the conversation and never felt awkward to be around her.
And then what's the most attractive quality in a romantic interest?
Most attractive quality? I'd say definitely their smile.
What about personality?
Oh, personality? I like somebody that's very talkative, nobody that's shy, always wants to start conversations and talk about things, not to just be quiet and have the other person start the conversation.
Okay. Do you prefer like the arts, like writing and painting and music, or are you more of a math and science kind of person?
I'm really a big geek with math and science. Like,
Really?
I enjoy that. My SAT scores were higher in math, so I mean, I'm a big geek when it comes to that.
So do you consider yourself more realistic or more of a dreamer? So with like your dream job and everything, are you more like what's realistic for the future and you're just like gonna reach for that, or are you more of like reach for the stars and see what happens?
I don't know, maybe like more realistic. I mean, if you set small goals, everybody can achieve them. So I think if you set goals and you go out and do it, then I mean, anybody can accomplish anything.
And then what are some of your favorite hobbies?
Well, I like to read, I like to play hockey, and I also just like to be with family, just do things.
Okay. And what's something interesting not a lot of people know about you?
Well, so I enjoy working with special needs kids, and actually every year in the summer I actually volunteer and do run a special needs camp every year in the summer. So not everybody knows about that, but it's actually it's a sports camp that's a week long and helps out with special needs kids and disabled kids.
So sweet. Okay. And then do you prefer all eyes on you, or do you like to be in the background?
All eyes on me. I like pressure. I like having that.
So like when you walk into a party, are you like the most like outgoing one there? Or are you quiet?
Yeah, I mean, no, I like to like I said, I'm very like hands-on person. I don't like to sit down and do much. I like to just go out, like be adventurous and everything. So I don't like to sit in the back. I'd like to just mingle.
That's good.
Take it slow, but it's not too.
So do you know anything about astrology or your sign?
No, one bit.
Do you know what your sign is?
I believe it's Libra.
Libra?
Libra.
Libra is book in Spanish.
That's why.
So it's Libra. So then going into the questions, do you consider yourself a sensitive person?
No, I would say no.
Okay, so
I'm not emotional.
okay, so you're not a very sensitive person.
Correct.
So what would it take to make you like really upset?
If someone, like, relationship ended or something like that, it was a pretty serious one. Family member died or someone really close.
So serious stuff, really.
Yeah, or if like a friend just like left one day or something, we had a fight or something like that.
So overall, how outgoing and energetic of a person are you?
Like 1 to 10?
Yeah.
I would probably say, out of 1 to 10, I'd probably say a solid like 8.
If you were walking into a big group of people, are you very loud and outgoing, and do people really feel like you're the most social, out there person, or are you more of like a laid back sort of?
I would say I'm more laid back if it's the first time going somewhere new or meeting new people. Just kind of feel everyone out, or kind of see what the vibe is.
Describe your work ethic, honestly, and a little bit about your dream job.
My work ethic is really good. It's one of those, when I'm at work, I kind of try focusing just on work and doing as much as I can within that period of time I'm at work or on the clock. My dream job obviously would be professional hockey player. That'd be sweet, but probably a pilot, Air Force pilot.
Are you like a risk taker type of person?
Yeah, I'm more of a risk taker.
So, do you always think about consequences, or are you just like, whatever happens,
I
happens?
think about the consequences, but then I would think like, oh, I won't get caught, or it won't happen to me, or something like that.
So, what is one word that you would use to describe Christy when you first met her?
She came off as motherly. She was always caring. Seemed like she always cared for other people's well-being instead of herself first.
What's the most attractive quality in a potential romantic partner for you?
I would say very adventurous, and probably someone who's really down to earth at the same time.
So, out of these two, do you prefer the arts or math and science?
I would say the arts. Art and music, probably. Two big ones.
Do you consider yourself more like a realistic person or more of a dreamer? You know, do you set your goals really high and then aim to achieve those, or do you set pretty reachable goals that you know you could easily achieve? So like,
I mean, I had the chance to go someplace for hockey, and I realized I wasn't gonna be getting to the NHL, so I decided to stop that and go to school so I could be a police officer and get my life on start.
okay, that's super realistic, yeah. So you gave up, you know, a dream, kind of, you know, like a dream, yeah. You gave up the potential of being an NHL player for school. But, I mean, you were looking at the realistic odds. Okay, so then what are some of your favorite hobbies?
Favorite hobbies would be playing hockey, love riding my motorcycle, and I'm a really big gamer, love playing Xbox and stuff.
Okay, and then what's something interesting you feel like not a lot of people know about you?
I could say I'm very angry sometimes, or I get very angry a lot, but I can kind of hold it in so it looks like I'm not angry at certain times, so you can make it kind of hide my emotions a lot.
Last question. Do you prefer to be center stage or in the audience? You know what I mean?
Center of attention. Would rather be in the middle of everything, having a good time, making everyone else have a good time. Look at this. Doesn't count.
And then dad.
All right.